Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, I am collabing with my best friend and sister, Steph. And her channel name, of course, is Not Your Basic Steph, and I will have her channel linked in my description box. Now, I know I say this every time I collab with Steph, and I'm gonna say it again. If you guys have not yet gone and subscribed to her channel, go do it and buckle up, because you're gonna be blown away by the beautiful, amazing, and magical things that Steph can do with makeup. She is also extremely beautiful inside and out. She has an incredible English accent because she is from the UK, and I'm obsessed with her accent. I try to mimic her accent and I fail miserably every time. And so here we are to collab together again. We've done a lot of collabs together, and I know we'll continue to do them because it's always such a treat for us to collab together. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be creating eye looks with two LadybugGlow palettes together. And they just released these for the holidays. I've used these before on my channel. I don't know that Steph has used these before on her channel. I don't think she has. I think this might be the first time for her. And they're just amazing eyeshadow palettes. I mean, all of the LadybugGlow palettes I have in my collection, I think I have all of them now, are just wonderful. So the first one here is Krampus Continued. And we can use whatever shades we want out of these palettes together, whatever we want to do. And I think what I'm going to use out of this palette today are just these two shimmers. This one here is kind of like a, I don't know, purple and green. And then this one is like this beautiful, bright electric blue. I might use a matte out of this too. I've used these three shimmers before and these two mattes. I haven't used these two mattes, so I don't know. I might. I don't know for sure, but I don't think so. And then we have the Krampus Eve palette, which is super awesome because it has mattes around the outside here and then this beautiful multi-chrome shimmer in the middle. And I think the mattes I'm going to use out of this palette today is this one here. That's kind of like bluey green. And then this one is kind of like a dark bluey green brown. And then I think I'm going to use this just as my inner corner shade today. That's going to be really fun. And, you know, this might change, who knows, but I think that's what I have planned out. And then I came up with 15 questions for us to answer all about Christmas. Steph and I both celebrate Christmas. I know that not everybody does, and this may be totally irrelevant to you if you do not celebrate Christmas, but because we do, we just wanted to share some of our holiday feelings, I guess, Christmas feelings. Most of these I came up with on my own, but a couple of them I did grab off the internet because I couldn't think of 15 all in my brain here. But we're just going to be putting our eye looks together and answering these questions. I cannot wait to see what Steph does with both of these palettes. I'm telling you right now, her look is going to be a lot more professional and a lot more elaborate probably than mine will be. And I can't wait to listen to her answers. So of course I do have my brows done and both eyelids are primed in the P. Louise eyeshadow base in Rumor 01. So I will start off with this shade first right here and put that in my transition area. And I do have a brush all ready for that. Can you believe it? Number one, if you could be any character from any Christmas movie, who would it be and why? I would probably say Cindy Lou Who from the Grinch. I love both versions, the cartoon version and the one with Jim Carrey. But the cartoon version, she's just so cute. She's like tootling around in her little nighty gown, isn't she? I guess when he comes to steal the Christmas tree, that's what she's wearing. And she's got her little hair up in a little Cupid curl bun thing on the top of her head. Oh God, she's so cute. And this is really creasy. Hold on, I gotta fix these creases because this is gonna look really funny. This does get creasy, I mentioned that. It does get creasy the longer it sits on your eyelid without any eyeshadow on it. So you gotta get moving right away. I just think she's adorable. You know, she's just so cute. And I would love to be the Grinch too, because I think the Grinch is really funny, but I don't know that I would want to be covered in that like matted green fur. That would get a little obnoxious. I'm too hot for that. I'm having hot flashes quite often lately, so I don't know that I want to be covered in green fur. That would be the sweatiest green fur you'd ever seen. I do have my window open and I have the fan going in here because my hubby's home from work today. He's off for a few days. And I mentioned in another video, it's freezing downstairs and it's hotter than Hades up here. So I'm sorry if that's annoying, but the alternative is I have sweat all over me. Number two, how old were you when you stopped believing in Santa? Well, I was 8. I was in the 3rd grade. And how things used to work for me when I was a kid is that my parents would put Santa gifts out like in the middle of the night, Christmas Eve. And then in the morning when I'd get up, I'd go out to the living room and the Santa gifts would be unwrapped right out in front of the Christmas tree. And oh, Santa came and And I just loved that, it was super fun. And I could barely sleep the night before, Christmas Eve night, I'd just be staring at the ceiling, waiting to get up to go see what Santa brought me and listening for Santa. So when I was 8, I had to pee so bad. And my mom would threaten me within an inch of my life. When you go to bed, you do not get up, young lady. But I had to pee. So I got up, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was walking down the hallway, and here's my dad at the very end of the hallway carrying this life-size doll that I got from Santa that year. She could walk and stuff, and you could move her arms. It was really cool. And I was like, oh. I mean, my friends, of course, were already talking about Santa's not real, and it's our parents, and that's stupid, and blah. But I wanted to continue to believe in it. My son was like that too. He wanted to just hold on to the belief in Santa. I think he was like 11 when he finally let it go. But yeah, I saw my dad carrying my doll out. And so then I went back into my room and I waited for a while, and I walked out into the living room and saw that that's what I was getting from Santa. Kind of a bummer, because then the next morning I had to act all surprised and stuff. I did end up telling my mom, I think when I was like in high school, that I had seen my dad carrying my life-size doll down the hallway, and she was like, oh. Okay, so now I think I probably will go around and blend that a little bit more. But for now, I'm gonna go into this shade here, and this is just this beautiful, well, you know what? Actually, back up. I'm gonna put this in my transition area, or my crease, kind of deepen up the crease with this, and then I'm gonna go into that. Okay. Number 3, what is your favorite Christmas decoration that you own? Well, I have the cutest little stuffed bear, and she's got like a Christmas shawl wrapped around her shoulders, and she's got a Santa hat on, but it's kind of like a nightcap, like an old-fashioned little nightcap that women used to wear on their heads. If you've ever watched Little House on the Prairie, you've seen those. And when you push her paw, she sings Santa Baby. The "Been enough a good girl, Santa Baby," that song. But she doesn't have any batteries in her right now. Well, she does, but they're burned out. So I need to get her some new batteries. I'm going to do that soon, because she's so cute. And when she sings, I can't remember what part of the song she sings, her chin quivers. So cute. My mom got that, I think, from one of her students when she was teaching. And oh, it's just the cutest thing ever. And I love for her to sing. I push her paw all the time when her batteries actually work. And I just love it. Oh, she's a doll. And I have other Christmas decorations that I love, but I would say that she is my absolute favorite. She's awesome. Number 4, what is your favorite and least favorite Christmas carols? Jan's gonna give me some flack for this. Sorry, Jan, but my least favorite is the "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas." Although Jan has recommended, I think, a different version for me to listen to. So I haven't done that yet. I will do that. But the one that I've heard, is it a kid? Sounds like a little kid. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. And I literally want to run screaming from the room like my head is on fire every time I hear that song. I thought it was cute the first like 10 times I heard it, and then I got sick of it. Because when I worked in the dental field during the holidays, we would play Christmas carols over the loudspeakers or whatever. And it was like every fifth or sixth song, that's the song that would come up. And I'm like, okay, we get it. You want to have a bomb? Shut up, lady, or kid, or whatever. It just was like, ugh, drove me crazy. My favorite Christmas carol is Carol of the Bells. And there's a version that I found on YouTube. And I don't, is it the Vienna Boys Choir? It's a boys choir, and it's so good. And I listened to that on full blast in my car around this time of year. I haven't done it yet, but that's probably going to happen this morning on my way to work. It's so good. And I will link that in my description box. So if you guys haven't had the pleasure of hearing it, you can go listen to it because it's just incredible. And then I also love, is it Deck the Halls by Mannheim Steamroller? Love that. My mom used to just crank the Mannheim Steamroller Christmas CD. Every Christmas, she would just lose her mind listening to that. And then also Silent Night by Mannheim Steamroller. That's really hard for me to listen to because it's a very moving version of Silent Night. It's basically all instrumental, but it's just hits you right in your gizzard, really does. And reminds me of my mom. So that's not always the easiest. Oh, and I know what else. I'll link this on my description box too. Growing up, my mom had an album. and I can't remember the name of the group. They were kids, and the song is Happy Birthday Baby Jesus. And I can't even talk about it, I'm gonna start crying. It's such a good Christmas carol, or Christmas song, Christmas carol. And my mom would always play that on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, just crank that sucker. And it's such a great song. It is from like the 70s, so it's a little cheesy, but it's so good. You guys, please go listen to that song. I'm gonna link it in my description box. So now I'm gonna go into this shade right here and deepen up the outer V with that. Number 5, what is your favorite kind of Christmas cookie? Well, I mean, I'm not gonna get picky. I don't like nuts in cookies, so if it has nuts in it, I probably won't eat it. Well, I definitely won't. Walnuts make my mouth get a little funky. But I would say my grandma, my Nana, used to make ginger snap cookies on Christmas, and those were so delicious. They were like chewy and warm and covered in this like, I don't know, sugary stuff. So good. Sugary stuff. I also really like frosted Christmas cookies. You know, my kids and I have done that before. Made, rolled out dough and then used the little, what are they called? I want to say stencils. Like, what are they called? The things you use to cut out the cookies with. I don't know, cookie cutters, I guess. Duh. And we would, bake those, of course, and then frost them and put sprinkles on them. That was so fun. That was really fun. I miss that kind of stuff, It's just your kids become adults and they fly the coop, and it's like, just don't do the same things that you used to. Okay, so now I'm going to put that palette down. I love how everything blended together. So nice. And I'm going to go into this shimmer right here. And it's kind of, like I said, kind of purple and green. I think that's going to look really cool right there. And I need to find a brush. Number 6, if you could spend Christmas anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Well, I would love to spend Christmas in the UK with Steph. That would be so amazing. Oh my gosh, I would absolutely love that. And this is gorgeous. I'm not going to spray this. I'm just going to put it down. Ooh, yeah. Very nice. This is a little bit hard pressed, so I got to kind of get in there. But yeah, I would love to spend Christmas, any time of the year. I'd want to spend it in the UK with Steph. But to spend Christmas with her and her family, that would be really fun. Really cool. I've mentioned before too that my husband is of Swedish descent, so he would love to go to Sweden. I know that too, for Christmas. And I have friends that live in Sweden, Marina and Emily and Angelica, and that would be really cool to like stop on their doorsteps, knock knock, hi, here are the Congers. They'd be like, okay, come on in. I hope anyway. They might slam the door in our face. But yeah, I mean, I'm Czechoslovakian, so I've always wanted to go to Czechoslovakia, or Czech Republic, I guess, and just see it, I mean, I would do that any time of year, but that might be kind of cool. Actually, I think I'm going to spray this because I got a little chunky stuff on here. It would be cool to do it during the holidays, I don't know. I mean, I've never been out of the country, so to be able to just go out of the country for Christmas would be really cool. But the first place I would want to go would be to the UK to be with Steph. Let's see, number 7. What holiday released eyeshadow palette in your collection do you love the most? Well, I mean, probably these two. They're amazing. I really do love the Naughty palette from BH Cosmetics. I just did a collab with Andy and Ash and Leanna with that. That was fun, really fun. Even though my favorite shade in the palette has broken out all over my floor. But yeah, I mean, these holiday palettes are amazing. And I honestly don't have a lot of holiday released palettes other than these two and the Naughty, I think, right? I'm trying to think of, and the Disney Frozen 2, which I'd like to light on fire out in my driveway. I'm getting rid of that palette. I was so irritated by that palette when I used that in my collab with Jan and Shawnee. Oh, that was horrible. I mean, not all of the shades are horrible. I think what I might do, actually, because those are all magnetic, is depot the ones I like and put them, I need to order myself like one of those empty magnetic palette things and just, keep the shades I like and then get rid of the ones I don't. Because there were a couple shades I was like, what the hell? So annoying. This shade is absolutely stunning. It is beautiful. Number 8, which celebrity would you love to spend Christmas with? Well, if I was single, it'd be Jason Momoa. But I love Anthony Hopkins, and I think he'd be really fun to spend any amount of time with. But it would be fun to have him come over and have Christmas dinner with him, I don't know. I have an obsession with Anthony Hopkins, and I really don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I loved Silence of the Lambs. But I like him in all movies, really. I really do. So now I'm gonna go into this shade right here and put that towards the front of the lid. I mean, well, not all the movies that he's in. I love him. Just, I don't know. And I've seen him in like interviews and stuff. I don't know. I just have a thing for Anthony Hopkins. Not like a crush on him. I just think he's awesome. Number 9, when do you start getting excited for Christmas? When I was a kid, the minute it would hit December 1st, I was like, this is unbelievably awesome. Holy crap. I'm making a mess kind of, but this is just an amazing shimmer shade. I knew I was going to love this. It's, again, it's like it's electric. It's like my eyelid is lit up. It's just amazing. It's gorgeous. But now, I mean, it's just not the same, honestly, not having kids in the house. I know that may sound weird because a lot of you don't have kids and you're like, no, it's not. You can be excited without having kids in the house. So I don't mean to be like, you know, dumb about it. It's just having a child, a couple kids in my household and seeing their excitement on Christmas Eve and Christmas morning. And then, I mean, I still see him on Christmas. My son I'll see, but it's just not the same. I mean, he gets pretty damn excited on Christmas morning. He really does. He's really fun to be around on Christmas morning because he's just a goofball and he's just like me, but funner, more fun, funner. I don't think funner is a word, but I just don't have the same kind of like, that I used to have about Christmas. I still love it. It's fun and it's exciting and, you know, it's time with family and, you know, I do like to get the Christmas decorations out now. That took me a while to get over my mom passing away and being able to get those out. But now they're warm and cozy and I love them. But yeah, I don't know. This year I'm feeling a little and I'm trying to not feel that way. And I'll get over it. I mean, it'll pass. But my son came home last night and it was wonderful to have him here. He didn't stay here, but he was here for a couple hours and we talked and laughed and had a great time. So now I think, yeah, now I am feeling a little bit more like in the Christmas spirit. Yeah. Number 10, do you use an advent calendar? I used to. When I was a kid, I would always get an advent calendar for my mom. And when my kids were little, I would always get them advent calendars, like little, like Reese's peanut butter cup or little chocolate, you know, each day you pull out a little piece of chocolate and eat it. But I haven't gotten an advent calendar this year. And Steph loves advent calendars. And she's gotten on me before, like, go get yourself an advent calendar. It's really cool. And they are really cool. I'm going to go back around with this brush just to kind of chill that shimmer edge out if I can. But yeah, I just haven't had an advent calendar in, well, that's not true. I did go to the dollar store last year after Steph was like, go get yourself an advent calendar. I did go to the dollar store and I got one. And it was fine. I mean, the chocolate was a little subpar. Kind of yucky, but it was a cute little calendar. So now I'm going to do my lower lash lines. I did pop a little bit of this concealer. Well, I don't know this is really a concealer, but I use it as a concealer. This is a product I got in some PR from Temu. This is the, I don't know, Snow Yarn Soft Moisturizing Cream. And I don't know what the shade is. I don't, but this is a really nice lightweight product and I just love to use it as concealer. And I am gonna start off with my lower waterlines using a Beauty Creations cream gel liner in the shade Aquamarine. Yes. Number 11, if you were one of Santa's reindeer, what would your reindeer name be? Spazzy McGee. That's what my reindeer name would be, is Spazzy McGee. If any of you are a Jack Black fan, you'll know that that comes from the movie School of Rock because he calls the kid that plays the drums Spazzy McGee. And I love that. So funny. And my eyes have been, oh no, don't start watering. My eyes have been super watery lately when I put my liner in my lower waterline. So I'm just gonna try to get them to settle down, hopefully. So now I think what I'll do is start off with, what do I want to do? I think what I'm going to do is put this towards the outer part of the lower lash line and this towards the front part, just kind of have an ombre effect. If I can do that, I may not be able to do that. We'll see. Number 12, if you could only buy one person a Christmas gift this year, who would it be? Well, duh, my grandson. The baby's going to get something before anybody else does. If I could only pick one person, he's getting top billing. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah, I mean, sorry, folks, if you're expecting a Christmas gift for me. Wesley's getting it because he's my baby. And of course I would, you know, I have to spoil him rotten. I mean, that would be not the nicest of me, but you know, my other family members would be like, hey, hello, I'm not chopped liver. And I'd be like, well, you kind of are in comparison to the grandbaby. Yes, you kind of are. Number 13, what is the best and worst Christmas gifts you've ever received? Well, my husband got me a really nice light up mirror. This past Christmas, this one I'm using right now, and then the Christmas before that, that was my first experience with like a real light up mirror. And I loved it so much I almost cried, both of them. They're just really nice mirrors. That sounds like I'm pretty easy to please, apparently. And then my dad got me a really nice stereo when I was in college for Christmas, and I loved that. That was really cool. Really a good stereo, and I had it for years and years and years. Do I still have that? That might actually still be at my parents' house or my dad's house. It might be. I'm not sure. But it's, yeah, it's a nice, it was like, you know, portable, but it had really great speakers, and, you know, my roommates in college loved it. So now I'm going to go into this shade, and I think what I'll do is start off here and then maybe blow it out underneath that too, just a little bit. My worst Christmas gift? Oh, geez. So my biological dad's parents got me, I've mentioned this before in another video, past video, got me this stuffed animal that I think was supposed to be a hedgehog, and it looked like roadkill. It was like this dirty brown, like felt, and then it had these like weird tufts of hair that would stick out all over the place. And it literally looked like it was dirty. It may have been dirty. I don't know where my grandma got that from. My grandma came up with some really interesting gifts over the years, I'll tell you that much. And she would also get me clothing that was way too small. I'm like, Grandma, I'm not 5. Like, I'm not kidding you. I remember one time I was in middle school. I was probably like 7th or 8th grade. And, you know, my parents had gotten divorced, and I wasn't seeing them a whole lot, but we did see them that Christmas. And she got me this sweatshirt that I think was meant to be for a little kid. And I'm like, Grandma, I can't even get my wrist into that. It was so weird. I don't know. They were just kind of out of touch. Actually, not this brush. Well, I'm going to keep messing with this part, and then I'm going to grab a different brush and just put a little bit of shadow underneath that darker green shade, I think. Number 14, do you like to get dressed up for Christmas or stay in your PJs all day? I would stay in my PJs all day no matter what time of the year or what day of the year it was. So yeah, let's just stay in our PJs. I mean, I have gotten dressed up for Christmas before. Yes, I have. But, you know, that's not my strong suit, is getting dressed up for anything. I just like to be comfortable, and I feel like, well, I mean, that's not true. I have dressy clothes that are comfortable, but PJs are my jam, baby. I love PJs. So yeah, on Christmas, I really do like to stay in my PJs. And then the last question here, if you had one Christmas wish, what would it be? Oh, that's tough because I have a lot of wishes. For the immediate, or for just me, I wish that I could be with my grandson on Christmas. That would be nice. But for the world, I would love for there to be a cure for cancer. I would love to be able to wish that and have it happen, you know, just cure cancer. And there's tons of things I would love to cure. Of course, not just cancer, but cancer is so prevalent, and I know so many people that have cancer, and I'm just so brokenhearted about the damage that cancer does to people's lives and families' lives. And yeah, if I could wish that away, if I could wish cancer away or wish a cure for cancer, I would be on it like that. I really like this look. I love it. I think it's really pretty. Oh, I just love the shimmer shades. I do, though, want to put this shade right here in my inner corners. I'll do that on camera. Let me grab a little brush for that. I kind of answered the questions a little bit too quickly, maybe. Do I ever answer questions too quickly, maybe? No. But I think I did a pretty decent job with this one, did I? I don't know. We'll see when I edit it, because oh, isn't that cool? It's like pink and yellow, and so fun. I love this shade. Isn't that cool? It's like rainbow. It's really neat. I don't know how well you can see that in my camera. You probably can't, but it's really cool. It's got all the colors of the rainbow in this shade. Yeah, this is really fun. I love it. So fun. Oh, that's so cool. I mean, I could have put this on my lids too. I could have put, you know, maybe towards the front. I don't know. I just thought it would look cool as an inner corner shade, and it is. It's amazing. I mean, I'm getting it a little too blown out, so I'll probably take my sponge, calm that down a little bit, but that is gorgeous. Okay, yeah, that's a little too blown out, but I'll go mess around with that a little bit off camera, but I'm gonna go do the rest of my stuff. I'll come back. This is the finished look, and I went all in with my lip shade today. I wanted to have as much fun as I possibly could with this look, and that's exactly what I did. And I'm even more in love with those eyeshadow palettes now that I've used them again. They are so amazing, so wonderful. I had so much fun putting this look together. So let me show you just a few things I put on my face for my finished look, and then I'll show you the eyeshadow palettes again, talk about them with you. On my lips, I did use a multi-chrome lip gloss from LadybugGlow. This is in the shade number 5. This is one of my favorite shades. I have all 8 of the shades, and this really is one of my favorites. It's so much fun. I love the blue and purple flip that you get on your lips with this gloss. And I think the blue is a little bit more blue than the tealy stuff I have on my lids, but I don't care. This is really fun. And then for my upper lid liner, I did use the Fatal Beauty Black Like My Soul eyeliner, felt tip eyeliner in black. Love this so much. And then for my mascara, I used the ColourPop Act Natural Defining Mascara. This is wonderful. So now let's talk about the eyeshadow palettes. Let me start off with Krampus Eve. I used this matte, this matte, this matte, and then this is in my inner corners. And I had so much fun. The mattes are so pigmented and they blend out so beautifully. And this shade right here is truly stunning. And you know, I could have put that on my lids like I did when I used it the last time, but really fun to put that in my inner corners. It's very multi-chrome, lots of different shifty stuff going on my inner corners, really fun. And such a wonderful quality palette. And then let's talk about the Krampus Continued palette. Such cute packaging, I love it. And the 2 shades I use out of this shade here and this shade, just absolutely stunning. This has got this beautiful green and purple shift to it. This is just electric bluey green, just wham, right in your face. It does look like my eyelids are a light and I just popped a blue shade. You know, I mean, it's got that like underneath glow to it, I guess is the best way I can describe it. And just so happy with both of these palettes, so happy with this brand. Man, just such a fun indie brand. And I do have a code with LadybugGlow, and I think Steph also has a code with LadybugGlow. Mine is Erica10. I'm not sure exactly what Steph says. I'll find that out and put that in my description box. So if you guys do want to use our codes to go pick up some stuff from LadybugGlow, go for it. But there's other people that have codes, and I don't ever really want to push my codes. But if you want to save 10% off your purchase using mine, and I think Steph's is 10%, maybe 20%, you can use our codes and have some fun with them. I cannot wait to watch Steph's video and see what shades she used out of both palettes. It's going to be really interesting to see if our looks are similar or different. We have done a couple collabs before where our looks were kind of similar, like we use the same shades, and we've done palette bingos where we use the exact same shades. But Steph is so absolutely incredibly talented. She does stuff with eyeshadows I wouldn't even think to do with eyeshadows. So if you have not gone, I know I already said this, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it every time I collab with her. If you have not gone yet to subscribe to her channel, go do it. Go do it. You're going to just fall in love with her like I have. Steph is so dear and special and precious to me. And I'm also interested to see how she answered the question, see how we're different or how we're similar too. That's just such a fun way to like, get to know each other better, and also for you guys to get to know us better too. And I will have the questions listed in my description box in case you guys have a channel and you'd like to do this on your channel. They'll be available for you to grab out of my description box. And I want to say a huge thank you to Steph for collabing with me yet again. I love you to pieces, and I cannot wait for our next collab. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. Love to chat with you guys there. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.